Hi, I'm Ashley and I love the 49ers.
And I'm Nicole and I love the Chargers.
And we are touchdowns.
And tight ends.
And we are not experts.
Definitely not experts, but we are passionate.
Damn passionate.
We are
passionate to be back.
Yes. What is up, Ashley? It has been a minute.
Oh, a whole lot of life has happened, I feel like, for both of us over the last year and a half.
It's been crazy.
It has been crazy. Just out here, single mom in it, working, traveling for work all the time.
You're gone like every other week, dude.
Oh, yeah. I leave tomorrow.
Oh, man. Yep.
Yeah.
Travel single mom life.
It's crazy how busy it is compared to when I was married.
Because you don't have anybody picking up anything for you.
Thank God Brixton's old enough to help around the house a little bit. Like right now, she's feeding the animals for me.
Yeah.
I make it sound like I have a zoo. It's 2 animals, but
it's still a lot of work. You're out working, you're taking care of your kid. I mean, you're traveling all the time. You've got 2 animals. It's a lot.
Yeah. Before we get started, what are you drinking?
Got to kick it off. Girls' night. The wine.
Cheers!
Oh, man, it's crazy. We have missed you guys so much. Payo time. What is up? It has been a long time, my friend.
Oh, I do believe we're going to talk about the Brandon Ayuk situation. I've been doing my best to keep up with it. Jesus Christ. Nicole, have you kept up with this situation at all?
With Ayuk?
Yeah.
I have. Let's pause on that. And we'll definitely get to that. Yeah.
So, all right. So what's going on with you? What have you been up to?
Well, I know, guys, we did try to go live, or we went live, didn't try, but we went live last year, I think, one time. So, again, like Ashley was saying, it's just been super busy. And I actually moved up north. I don't live in Southern California full time anymore. So it's been just a lot going on there. Still going to live back and forth and see my bestie, of course. But yeah, it's been just a little different, a little challenging, a lot going on, busy. So
yeah. And what sucks is Nicole moved up north and they realigned my region right when she moved. I used to oversee the area right next to her where she lives, and now I don't.
I know. I'm like, hey, when you coming up? She's like, well, actually, I don't go up there anymore. I'm like,
now I just oversee like almost all of Los Angeles.
Perfect.
but Vegas is still there, so we need some Vegas trips. Maybe we'd go to like a Chargers Raiders game or something.
Yeah.
I thought about the Raiders Niners preseason. I did go to that game last year. I thought about going this year, but
did I go to that game last year?
No, I took 2 of my employees from Vegas with me.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So you've been to the stadium.
Yeah. It's nice. I don't think it's as nice as SoFi though.
I don't either. Maybe I'm biased, but I don't either.
I don't even think I have maybe I'm a little biased because I go to SoFi all the time, but I just felt like SoFi just has more to offer. It's just nicer. And like you pay a lot of money to go to Allegiant for it to like not be as nice.
Oh, well, hold on. I gotta shout out to Dean. What is up,
Dean? We've missed you guys. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. It's been so long. I know Dean has been such a great friend of ours and just always waiting for us to go live. And, we keep saying we're going to do it. And he's like excited to join and then we don't. So Dean, appreciate it always.
Yeah. We are really trying to make sure we go live every Tuesday at 6:00 Pacific Standard Time, even if that means I have to be going live from hotels because I live in hotels every other week. So right now it's my messy office. I'll clean it up one day. I'm sure in a few weeks I'll be in a hotel room.
Right? This is the first time we've gone live. We live in different places. It's, we've got to just get our routine going. It'll be fine.
Yeah, no, we will. You want to start fantasy?
Yeah. So again, super excited about football this year. There's so many changes and things going on. It's been a lot to follow up on. My team specifically has just kind of fallen apart and changed, but hopefully for the better. But yeah, we are going to be in a few fantasy leagues together this year. We've got one that I've been running for years, so we'll do that one, and then we'll have our Queen's Ransom League, which is highlighted all over Instagram. So follow Queen's Ransom. It's an awesome group of girls, so it's all females, and I think a few of them are part of like the NFL network. I mean, some of these girls are pretty high up there and a lot of involvement there. So we won the first year, which was 2 years ago. We did not win last year, but we're coming back to win again this year. So super excited about that. I think, fantasy is going to be interesting this year, just with the different players being on different teams. There's a couple go-tos for me personally that this year I don't think they're going to be go-tos anymore, just because I don't know what to expect, but we'll see. It's going to be a good season.
Yeah. What is this? Like my third or fourth year playing fantasy? Third, fourth? I swear to God, I still have no strategy. Like I'm in the 2 leagues with you, right? Queen's Ransom and the league you run, and then I'm in one for work. And I'm like, and even the one for work is like a keepers league. I looked through my freaking list and I was like, I don't think I want to keep anybody. Like, if I'm going to keep anyone, maybe Nico Collins, but like, there was like nobody that I was like, ah. But I never go into strategy. I just go in and go, I think this sounds right.
Everyone's so different. Like certain people are like, you got to do running backs off, right out the gate. You got to do this. Some people like to pick quarterbacks first. I mean, there's so much that's involved with it. If it's PPR league, if it's this, if it's that, keeper leagues. I've never actually played in a keeper league. So.
Well, yeah. And like, I can't remember if it was our league or my work league. I was trying to change my strategy, running backs and wide receivers first, right? So by the time it got down to quarterbacks, it was seriously like these shittiest quarterbacks. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I did not, and thank God, I think I ended up picking up CJ Stroud, but like he was like newer, so we weren't sure how he was going to do. And he ended up doing great for me. But like all the big names were gone. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and this year, I mean, there's a ton of rookie quarterbacks, right? There's a ton of players that we just don't know how they're going to do. Did you watched receiver, right?
Yeah, of course.
See,
that was kind of hard for me to watch only because I know how it ends for the 49ers. Like I loved watching it, but like I low key almost didn't want to watch like the last episode. Because I'm like, I know we lose the Super Bowl. Like I don't want to watch that again.
But to see it from the field in that perspective was so different. Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was great, but I could see
it was so good, but it was like heartbreaking all over again.
Yeah. So Ashley and I did watch the Super Bowl together this year. It was just her and I. We kept it mellow. Obviously, 49ers being in it. We didn't want to be in a place with a bunch of Kansas City fans or anything to ruin the mood like that. So
I learned my lesson in 2020. I threw a party the year we played the Chiefs in 2020. Got pissed off because we lost, wasn't happy about it. And I told Nicole, if we go to the Super Bowl this year, I'm watching it at my house. If you want to join me, and that's it. If not, I'll watch it by myself.
Yeah. So we did.
And I mean, I was just a little upset.
You weren't too bad.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe it's because I was like, I already watched us lose to this team just 4 years ago.
Yeah, you were prepping yourself. No, you weren't too bad at all. You were definitely you were calm. You were like, okay, we lost. Sucks.
I'm pretty sure though, I was like, let's go out now.
You were. And I was like, no, we're not. It's a school night and it's already like 9:30. We're not doing that. But no, fun times. That was a good time. We got to make it to the Super Bowl one of these days.
Yeah, I tried. I wanted to go last year, or this past one, but those tickets were stupid. Like, I can imagine, like, again, I've been to that stadium, but I'm like, I'm not paying $700, $800 to sit in the 400s.
700? You mean 7,000?
Yeah, never mind. I was like, it was more than that. It was in the thousands. Because remember, I was looking like the day of, because I'm like, we could just fly out there. It's like a 40-minute flight. And the tickets kept going up. And I was like, nope, not going to happen.
We could have went in the parking lot, figured out a way to just be in Vegas, but oh well, next time.
I was lucky. My employee out there, Zach, he's the district manager out there. He went and did a bunch of the Super Bowl stuff and picked up some like memorabilia for me. So at least I didn't feel like I missed out on like everything. So he got me like a cup and stuff.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Then I was out there 2 days after the Super Bowl. So I was watching everybody go home.
You're like, bye. Next year. So I have to just bring this up because it's been killing me for the last couple of days. The Reagan chick in the Olympics, the breakdancer.
Yeah, dude, you've been obsessed.
You guys, how is it? Apparently, she has a PhD in breakdancing.
That's what I saw today. That like she's like a big deal in Australia.
How is this a thing?
It's like I'm not an expert. Like I hung out with b-boys when I was in junior high.
You're passionate.
Huh? I'm passionate. Maybe there's different styles based on the country. All I know is breakdancing's not coming back to the 2028 Olympics. They've already announced that it's not going to be at the LA Olympics.
It should be though. We've got some great breakdancers out here.
Yeah, but they had to get rid of it so they could bring in flag football, and I'd much rather watch flag football in the Olympics.
Yeah, it's true.
So, but I mean, I could have went to the Olympics if that was the expectation.
We all had a chance. We missed our chance. I sent that to Jen. She's like, we lost our chance. I was like, I know. Could have done it.
Give me some tequila shots. That would have been good.
Just the sprinkler, the just can't forget.
I'm sorry. That's mean.
So bad, but she's got to know. I mean, she can't really think that.
Or, excuse me, was that like on purpose?
I don't know. I don't know if it's fake news, if it's real or whatever, but there was interviews with her saying like she got what she wanted. She knew she wasn't going to win, but she wanted to be famous. She got it, dude. She broke the internet.
I feel like that's all I see right now on all of my feeds on every social media platform.
My team calls for work. That's what I start with every day is a video. Anyway. Oh man. All right. So football. Some exciting things this year. Something that I am excited about, and I haven't talked to you about this yet, is the new kickoff rule.
Dude, I should have looked it up. Is it now they have to at the 40 or something, right? What is it?
You can't just knee it anymore. So I think in 2023, there was only 2 kickoff return touchdowns. And the XFL has like a 97% return rate. And so it should be more exciting to see what kind of action you get from it. But I know some people aren't very happy about it. I think it's going to be cool. I don't know how that's going to affect fantasy and points with touchdowns and stuff.
Hold on. So explain the rule to me so I understand.
I don't know the whole, like how to describe it, but you can't.
Are they still starting all the way back? I thought they were starting like at the 40.
They start at the 40.
They start at the 40, not all the way back at their end zone.
Correct.
Okay. So they have to catch and run now. That makes sense. So they're starting farther out on the field, right?
Right. So there's more action.
Because I know that I saw that Debo wants to be a return, like a kick return runner. I don't want him. You know what I mean? He wants to return.
Really? Yep. Oh, that's good to know. I mean, that would be nice if they told us which players were interested in that for fantasy.
Yeah, I don't know when they'll announce that. I just saw it on social media. It was like Debo and somebody else. I can't remember. But like Debo stood out because I was like, oh, he doesn't normally
do that.
Yeah. But
should be exciting.
Yeah. I guess I should probably start paying attention more to these preseason games because we could be seeing this new rule in place. I feel like there was another new rule too about tackling. Something about below the waist. There
is something, but I don't remember what it was. If anybody's on here and wants to put it in the chat, I don't remember what it was.
But I do remember seeing that because I remember specifically them saying the Niners are going to have a hard time with this new rule.
Oh.
Because of our defense.
Is it to prevent injuries?
Probably.
Yeah. Well, speaking of preseason games, mine was a joke. So obviously anybody that's a Chargers fan knows that we're kind of in a rebuild right now. I don't
even know who's on your team, Nicole, besides Justin Herbert.
Well, he's not even playing right now because he got hurt.
You know he's hurt. Yeah.
Yep. So new coach Harbaugh, that's exciting. Everyone was excited about that. He won the championship for Michigan last year. He actually you guys didn't win the Super Bowl, right? The Ravens.
No, but he took us to the Super Bowl versus the Ravens.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think he'll be great. A lot of people were hyping up the season. Like right out the gate, it's going to be amazing. Chargers are going to make the playoffs. Da, da, da. You'll see with my predictions, I don't necessarily believe that, which is really hard for me to admit. But I think without Allen, Eckler, Williams, we're starting the season off with Herbert already injured. Easton Stick sucks. I don't even know why he's on our team. I mean, that's the game Easton Stick played when we played the Raiders last year, and it was like 63-20 or whatever, that ridiculous.
Whoa.
Yeah.
The one that I was like
yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, but there was some really good rookies coming out in the preseason games. The ones that I wanted to highlight, again, it goes with Keenan Allen. So Caleb Williams, Chicago Bears, just threw, dimes. He didn't start super strong right away, but that kid's going to be great. And to see him play with Keenan is going to be really exciting. I'm like, watch, this rookie goes to the Super Bowl. Keenan Allen finally gets a ring, like first year without the Chargers. And then I'm like, what if the Chargers go to the Super Bowl and Keenan Allen and Eckler don't get a ring? Like that do. It's like, who do you root for in that moment?
Even if they went to the Super Bowl and didn't win, just to make it to the Super Bowl without them,
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like,
totally. Yeah, because they've never been. Allen's been around since San Diego and with Rivers. Like he was a top wide receiver for years. Like the guy deserves a shot at the Super Bowl.
I feel like the entire 49ers team deserves a damn ring because they've kept the same team together for the most part for forever. So I get it. I mean, we're lucky we've been to 2 Super Bowls in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
We just can't win it. And the last thing I want us to do is become the fucking Cowboys where we keep saying this is our year. And it's not our year.
Don't ever compare yourself to the Cowboys.
I mean, we're not, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe this is your year.
You already know how I feel about this. Like when we get into predictions, like I don't ever say, hey, we're going to the Super Bowl or hey, we're taking it all. I'm like, look, 1 week at a time.
You guys have a solid team though.
We literally have almost the exact same team. Like I know we've lost some of our O-line and like a few people, but like we have, you think of the big contracts we've signed over the past few years, like Kittle, Warner, Bosa, McCaffrey, Debo. Mm-hmm. Like there's some long-term contracts that are going to keep the majority of this team together for a while. The challenge is right now is like, while we have them together, what needs to happen so that we can actually win the Super Bowl though?
Right.
We've invested all of this money and these people are great players. So it's like, what is it? What is the thing? And I know it's been our quarterback for a while. Obviously Purdy had a really good year last year and I feel confident in him, but it's only going to be his second full year as a starter. So like, I also understand it takes time to learn the position. Just like if you get promoted at work, right? I'm like, you can know your current position well, but the second you get promoted, you're a rookie for like 3 years before things start clicking for you.
Yeah.
Like I do understand that about Purdy.
Maybe this, maybe it is his 3rd year starting, right? So maybe he'll just find his groove right out the gate. I mean, he pretty much did last year. Like he was up there.
Well, this is where we could talk about Ayuk because this is like the challenge, right? So Purdy and Ayuk have they have a chemistry. Like that's like his number one go-to guy. Like Ayuk had his best year with us last season. Like I think Debo was hurt and Ayuk had a really good year. The challenge right now is Ayuk has asked for a trade like months ago because we're not paying him what he wants to get paid. I'm going to botch all of this because it's been such a shit show, but he has requested a trade. I know that the Patriots offered him something like $32 million. He declined the trade and the contract. There was talks with the Browns. They're not going to take him. There's talks with the Steelers. That was off the table. That's actually now currently back on the table. The 49ers have tried to give him like multiple contracts. He hasn't liked it. So I believe as of right now, and who knows what's happening on social media right now, that there is a trade in place with the Steelers, but there's also an offer on the table for Ayuk from the Niners. So it's up to the Niners to decide whether or not to accept the trade, but then it's up to Ayuk to decide whether or not he wants to accept the contract, you know? And it just seems like it's such a shit show. And I don't know how anybody ends happy. And while I understand, I'll never understand what it's like to have to be able to ask or demand to make millions of dollars as my salary. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just not my reality. But then part of me, the athlete in me, the competitor in me is like, so I make $4 million less, but I go play for a team that I have chemistry with and I know I'm going to be a starter on and I know has a chance to go to the Super Bowl. Or I'm going to take the bigger contract and I'm going to go play for a team that sucks, that also already has a wide receiver one in Pickens. Like, and who's their quarterback? Who's the quarterback for the Steelers right now? Great. See, already answers my.
Oh shoot.
It's Russ. No, is it going to be Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson. Yeah.
Yeah. And we all know how fucking Wilson's been doing. So I'm just saying. So, like, you want to take the bigger contract to go play for a team that's not going to go anywhere, or you take like a slight salary decline and go play with the team that you've played with for the last 4 years. Oh, I know, Dean. I'm 95% sure I'm going to be at that game.
Oh, we played the Pats this year too.
Yeah, that's the Niners' second home game. I can't make the first game because it's a Monday night game.
Yeah,
and that's the second one. So I think I'm going to try to go.
We'll have to share our predictions with Dean for those games. So we'll do that in just a bit here.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's all this drama with Ayuk, and
does he have any sort of beef with the team, like with coaches or management or
not that
anything?
I'm aware of.
He's kind of being like a little crybaby.
It's like diva-ish. Like it does. It seems like almost like disrespectful to the team. That's like, and like, look, I love Ayuk, but it's not like he's our best wide receiver, and it's also not like he's not easily replaced. Like Jawan Jennings is fucking great.
Yeah,
Debo's really good. Like, you know what I mean? It's like he's probably in the top 10. He's in the top 10 of players.
Like you said, last year he had an outstanding year, but Debo was out a lot.
Yeah. And Debo's been consistent. Mm-hmm. And the hard reality is like, we've already paid so many big players. Like you can't pay everybody. And it's not like they're offering him nothing. I want to say they offered him like 25 million or something, like a year. Like,
do you think that because there's this interview about Christian McCaffrey referring to him like as an ex-teammate?
Oh, I didn't watch it.
Clip?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, you didn't see that?
No, but like, I don't know. Like it just, again, we'll never know the ins and outs of all those things. But I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I want to win. I look at somebody like Tom Brady, who reduced his salary so that he could have better players around him to go win rings.
Yeah.
And then you've got someone like Ayuk, who's been to one Super Bowl, hasn't won, has had one breakout season, demanding more money, and then to go play for a team that's probably not even going to make it to the playoffs. And is he going to become irrelevant after that? Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, you have a name on the Niners. Once you leave, though.
Another Mr. Irrelevant? I don't know.
I mean, our Mr. Irrelevant's pretty relevant. I think that Ayuk would actually be a Mr. Irrelevant, which sucks because I almost bought an Ayuk jersey because I need some new jerseys. And now I'm like, well, maybe not that one.
Yeah, you need a New Jersey. Alan's not here. It's just, it's all about the money, right? At the end of the day, like, sure, there's some loyalty. I'm sure, and people have, people are families with these teams and they don't want to necessarily leave. But like Keenan, I don't know actually all the true facts and everything that happened there, but apparently he came out, said he was always going to be a Charger, never going to leave. And then he even said that he would take a pay cut to stay, and we didn't offer it. So it's like, what?
We'll never understand the ins and outs. I think that's the hard part. That's the hard part about doing things like this where we decide to come and talk about football. We have so many feelings and assumptions.
What's up, Nick? Nick says Ayuk hates Lynch.
For real, or is that an assumption? Nick, I'm going to pull you on camera in a minute.
Oh, man. All right.
I guess we'll see. So that's been I feel like that's been like the biggest thing. The other thing is Trent Williams isn't happy with his contract right now either.
Ooh.
That I'm more worried about Trent Williams than I am Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah.
I feel like we'll be able to figure out the Trent situation. And to be honest, I don't know how much longer he's going to play. Like, he's been playing for a long time. Like, what is that? Minus Tom Brady. What is like the average lifespan of like a football player?
I think it's like, I mean, God, the Chargers, I feel like they played for so long, like 7 years.
That's what I'm going to say. I was going to say like between 7 and 10 years.
Yeah. That's what I would say.
You also just think about how deteriorated your body is after playing professional football for that long.
Yeah. And it depends on the position too, right? Quarterbacks, obviously, they tend to play longer, but I mean, it depends on the position.
Yeah, I think about like all those defensive players just get hit all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they also hit the offensive players.
All right. Well, I think we need to go into predictions.
All right.
So I
have to write yours down though too, because remember, I always keep track of them.
Okay.
How do we want to do this? All mine, all yours, or week by week?
Let's do week by week.
I'm color coding this.
So Dean is already predicting the Super Bowl. God,
no,
Dean,
dude, the fucking Cowboys?
Dean and the Chiefs. Is that, Dean, are the Chiefs seriously your second favorite team?
And you just don't want to tell us?
Chiefs.
Part of me does feel like the Chiefs might make the Super Bowl again, though.
I was rewatching Quarterback with Nick yesterday, and it was the episode where Brittany and Mahomes are building their house, and she's like showing the wall, and she's like, "This is going to be the Super Bowl," and I'm just like, I can't with that girl. I can't.
Okay, week one. Week one, we play the Jets at home. Well, first, before I go through this, I'll tell you, in my mind, I already have like a prediction of how many games we were going to win and how many we're going to lose. I had a really hard time trying to figure out which games we were going to lose.
But you went into this with your total. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
So I've never done it that way.
I had to change a couple of mine because when I saw the final number I was predicting, I was like, nope, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I went in with a number, and then because I went in with a number of how many losses, I kept going, shit, which losses are these? And like, we always say there's like one random ass loss you get. So week one, we play the Jets at home Monday night. And I do believe we're going to win that one.
Jets?
Yeah. I know it's Rodgers back. I do know it's Rodgers back.
You got Rodgers and you got Mike Williams.
Yeah, but we also have Saleh, who actually was a great defensive coordinator for us, but not an amazing head coach.
All right, so I'm going to write yours down too. So Jets, week one win.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so week one is my favorite.
I'm at that game.
Raider week, so Ashley and I should both be at that game. It's at home. Historically, we win the first ones at home. Historically, that's just what happens. Last year we won, the year before we won, and it's always my favorite because, as you know, I hate the Raider fans in my stadium coming in, acting like they own the thing, and it looks like they do.
It's getting better.
It's getting better.
It's getting better.
After the loss last year in Vegas, I cannot take a loss here.
Right.
I will not go as a Charger fan saying that we're going to lose. I cannot.
That's a win week one.
That's a win week one. However, again, I mentioned Easton Stick earlier. If they do not allow him to play week one, and we have another 61 something loss against the Raiders at home. If they don't fire that guy,
Who's QB3?
Some newer guy. We got rid of our other one last year, and I think we just picked someone up too.
Okay, so we're saying right now both teams are winning week 1. It's going to be a good week 1 for us.
Starting off good.
Okay. Week 2, we are at the Vikings. The Vikings with no Kirk Cousins.
No Kirk Cousins.
And I believe we're going to win.
You believe you're going to win?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even know who the quarterback is.
Jefferson, my boy.
I do like Justin Jefferson. Who's the quarterback right now for the Vikings? I should have looked this up. Guys, just so you know, I've kind of blew it this offseason because I've been so busy. I swear to God, through this preseason, I'll get caught up and know who plays for who. I was just looking this up.
We just talked about this yesterday.
Not Sam Darnold. No. We literally were just talking about this yesterday.
JJ McCarthy.
Oh, he's out. He's out for the season. So we're winning.
JJ
He got hurt
today?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Who's the QB then?
No idea. Exactly why we're going to win.
Sam Darnold. You're going to win.
Yeah, I was right. Sam Darnold. Remember, because it was like they didn't know, but JJ McCarthy got hurt and they believe he's out for the season.
Yeah, my local San Clemente boys.
All right. Week 2, who you guys got?
We are at Panthers.
Okay.
With the Panthers being the worst team in the league last year, I think we're going to win. I hope.
I think they're predicted to be one of the worst teams again this year. So,
I mean, they have a young head coach. They've got a rookie QB. I mean, it's a rebuild, right? And they haven't been doing very well for the last few years. So I definitely think we'll win that one.
Okay.
If we don't, my hands are already up in the air in the season. I'm just, again, can't.
Hey, I feel like the last few years, our predictions haven't fully been correct, but our records that we predicted have been pretty accurate.
So Dean's saying JJ's out for an unknown period of time. Nick's saying he's a wicked threat. Was till he got injured. So,
yeah. Okay, so this is always a tough one for me. Week 3, we're at the Rams. You know how I feel? I'm like, dude, like I feel like. What was that?
You're gonna go?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe.
At SoFi.
I know, but like, then I gotta pay to get in. I don't know. I mean, I don't mind paying to get in, but like, I'd rather pay and go to Levi. Although SoFi is Levi South, so because it's Levi South, and you know how I feel about our division games. I feel like we'll probably do like a 50-50, but I feel like we're going to win this one. Like the Niners fans show up at SoFi.
They sure do.
And it's been like hit or miss with the Rams, but I know they have
a couple new receivers that are
Puka Nacua, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, he played last year, but I'm like, he's just going to get better.
They got a new one this year who's right up there. But all right, so you guys are winning that one.
I do feel like we're going to win that one. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going in 3-0.
Yep.
All right, week 3, we are at the Steelers. So this one I struggled with for a minute because we've had kind of a history with Russ Wilson. But I do think he's going to play better with the Steelers with a different coach. I don't know what happened to him at the Broncos, but I still have yet to see anything that shows that he's going to be any sort of stellar quarterback. So I'm going to say we win that one.
Ooh, you're also 3-0. Okay. Liking this so far.
What's up, David?
Hi, David. Thanks for joining us.
See you guys. So excited to have everyone on.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. We are at week 4. You guys know you love our predictions because they're just always pretty wild because, again, we're not experts.
That's
Dean's looking forward to this one. It is at home versus the Patriots. And we're going to win.
Sorry, Dean.
I don't even know who plays on the Patriots anymore besides Kendrick Bourne, who used to play for the 49ers. And I'm pretty sure they even talked. Oh, no, that was with the trade. We talked about bringing him back to the 49ers.
We've got a rookie QB. They don't have Belichick. I mean, they're kind of in a rebuild too.
They're in a rebuild.
The Pats will have a few good. I mean, they'll have their moments this year. I don't doubt, but yeah, I think you guys have that one.
Same. That's why I was like, oh, I'll go to that game.
That'd be a fun one.
Yeah. Well, and it's at the end of September, so I'm like, the weather will actually probably be pretty nice out there. All right, week 4.
The Chiefs
At home.
At home. So the Chargers have a pretty easy season this year. I think the Chiefs are probably our toughest opponent. As much as I want us to beat the Chiefs, I think only being game 4, new team, Harbaugh still kind of, figuring everything out. I don't think he's going to be there yet. So they have a super dominant defense as well. So I think we are going to have our first loss against the Chiefs at home.
You know how I feel about teams taking a loss earlier rather than later. Like sometimes I feel like teams need to just take that first L. So like the pressure of trying to go X and O is like dropped, and you just focus on trying to win after that. And it's the fucking Chiefs.
Fucking Chiefs.
Week 5, we're at home again, and we're playing the Cardinals. I know the Cardinals still have Kyler Murray.
That's going to be a win.
Sure is. I feel like I haven't even heard anything about the Cardinals, like at all.
Yeah.
What did he say?
Nicole got the bragging rights against my Pats last year. Hope Pats can upset the Niners. That's one of the games. I mean, we just shit the bed last year. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right.
Week 5.
Week 5, we are on bye again. This is our
That's early bye.
Second year. I don't like it.
I don't like that either.
So,
okay. Well, quickly for week 6, we're at the Seahawks. And we know that stadium is just such a tough stadium to play in. And Geno Smith wasn't bad last year. The Seahawks weren't bad last year. And I do believe we take our first loss against the Seahawks.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hope not, but
I hope not also, but I do know that's one of the harder stadiums for us to play in just because of the noise.
It's so loud.
Yep. I'd love to go to that game, actually.
That would be a fun one to go out to Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
I could maybe make that a work trip.
My work trip that's always that week, like at that event I go to.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it this year. Otherwise, I probably would have been out there.
Oh.
Just take a day.
We'll try to figure something out.
Okay.
All right. So week 6 is against the Broncos. At
home or at the Broncos?
At Broncos.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on with the Broncos. I know they've got Bo Nix. I don't even think they know for sure who's going to be their starting quarterback. We broke our curse with the Broncos a couple years ago. That was a Peyton curse. Last good thing to happen to the Broncos in a long time. So I think, especially after our bye week and our loss to the Chiefs, we're going to take home a W.
I can feel that. Yeah. Again, the Broncos are somebody that I'm like,
I know.
Who even plays for the Broncos anymore?
Sometimes those are the teams that
I know.
Just shock us.
All right. This one's going to be controversial. Week 7 at Kansas City.
Oof.
I struggled with this one, but I think we're going to fucking beat them because they've beat us in the Super Bowl 2 times now. And this team has got to be pissed off enough to go out there and finally finally beat the Chiefs.
At Arrowhead, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
This was my ball. I think that might have been my ballsiest prediction. Like, I struggled with that one, but I was like, I got to believe in my team. Like,
right.
the Chiefs have taken us out of the Super Bowl 2 times now.
Yeah.
Like, that's like in my mind, this is the revenge game of the year for the 49ers.
So I know we're going to talk about our favorite games of the season. Is this yours?
It's one of them, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be an exciting one for sure.
Yep.
Super Bowl all over again, every time.
All right. Where are you at week 7?
Week 7, we are at the Cardinals.
Oh.
So last time I played the Cardinals, I was at that game. It was at Cardinals. I just don't have much faith in Murray. I used to. I really liked him. I thought he was a pretty good quarterback. Again, like you said earlier, I just don't know really what's going on with that team besides Murray, and he's so injury prone. It's like every year. I feel terrible for the guy, but I think that we're gonna win that one. I mean, I know that there's some good potential with their roster this year. I just, again, I haven't seen anything yet, so we'll see. Could surprise me, but I'm putting a W.
This one was tough for me. At the Cowboys. No, sorry. I'm sorry, Nicole. When we play the Chiefs, it's at home.
Oh, you're at home.
You're at home.
Okay, well that's all right.
We're at home, and then the very next week we play the Cowboys at home. Which, please tell me why for the last 3 effing years we play the Cowboys. Like, how do we always play the Cowboys? Is that just a thing? We're just going to play them every year?
I will tell you what. I am not going to that game.
I don't know that I'm going to this game either.
That's the only games I've seen is the Cowboys and 49ers. I don't want to do that again.
Let's go to the Chiefs one.
Yeah, that would be a lot of red.
I'll go to the Chiefs one. I struggled with this one too. I actually predicted that we would lose. I don't want to lose to the Cowboys, but I had to pick some losses. And I was like, we have just dominated that team for so long that I believe
the Cowboys.
I know. Hold on. But I believe we would lose this game. And when it comes playoff time, we're going to knock them right on out of the playoffs like we usually do.
Just so you guys know, one of our good friends, one of Ashley's best friends is a Cowboys fan. So every year it's pretty exciting.
Yeah. But I'm like, at some point, it's like the Rams. Remember how we like owned the Rams? And I was like, at some point they're going to beat us. And then they did. It's the same. Like, we've owned the Cowboys, and I'm like, they're going to beat us at some point. I could be wrong, right? Maybe it's we're going to lose to the Chiefs and beat the Cowboys. Like, these were the two that I really struggled with. But I do believe that if we meet the Cowboys in the postseason, it doesn't matter. They're going to have a chip on their shoulder saying, "Hey, we beat you guys during the regular season." I'm like, it doesn't matter because during the playoffs, like, you don't stand a chance.
Yeah, sure. Beat us during the normal season, but playoffs is what matters.
Yeah. So, all right, week 8.
So week 8, we play the Saints at home.
Okay.
I actually struggled with this one a little bit, but it came down to Raiders. Khalil Mack, Derek Carr. Khalil Mack is going to be all over Carr at this game. So he's just going to want to eat him. So I think, and I don't think Carr's that great of a quarterback anyway. I don't really know what's going on with the Saints defense, but I think we take a win at home.
Okay. Hey, at this point in the season, the Niners have taken more losses than the Chargers.
Well, we know how that turns out.
Hey, week 9's easy for me. It's a bye. It's a bye at the perfect time.
Oh, your bye.
I think our bye was right around this time last year also, like right in the middle of the season.
See, that's nice though.
Yep.
Too early. All right, week 9, we are at Browns. Deshaun Watson should be back. Hopefully maybe not hopefully for me, but for Browns fans, they have Chubb and Cooper. But I'm going to say we lose this one.
I think that's probably fair. The Browns have a pretty good roster. Is that where Myles Garrett plays for the Browns?
I want to say yes.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
I like watching that.
Dean says Chiefs beat Niners in regular season in 2022, 44-23 at San Francisco.
Yeah, that's why we're going to beat them this time.
Thanks, Dean.
Okay, where are we at? 10? Week 10? We are at the Bucks.
We play the same teams this year.
I feel like this happens a lot.
I think so too.
And I feel like we're gonna win this one. Again, like the Bucks right now, it's kind of like ever since like Brady left, I feel like they're still trying to figure out what's
They did
going
make
on.
playoffs last year.
What was that?
They did make playoffs.
They did. I'm not saying they're a bad team. I just feel like they're still figuring out their identity.
So you're winning Bucks.
Yeah.
All right. So week 10 for us is the Titans.
At home?
This was the one game.
Wait, at home or there?
It's at home.
Okay.
We went to 2 years ago and it actually felt like a home game.
I do remember this.
Yeah. They've got a new coach. They don't have Derrick Henry anymore. I'm going to say we win this one.
Who's their coach now? What happened to their coach? Did he?
I think he quit.
I can picture him. I thought he was a good coach.
I think he was a good coach. A lot of changes in coaching this year too.
I know. Okay, week 11 at home versus the Seahawks, and this time we win.
Okay.
Those division games, I feel like it's like typically like a 50-50.
Yeah.
So.
Did you guys sweep them last year?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So week 11. This one is probably my second most anticipated game this year. One of the harder ones for me to predict. I'm still unsure. Bengals.
At home at Bengals.
So Burrow is 0-2 against us.
Okay.
0-2. I think that they're coming for revenge this year. I think Burrow is a good quarterback. Everyone says he's so much better than Justin Herbert. I don't necessarily agree. I think their records have been better, but I don't think that he's a far stellar quarterback. But I'm gonna say they win this one.
Yeah, that's a ballsy move. I don't know that I have much to say besides Burrow's healthy. Looks like he's put some weight on in a good way. And decided to bleach his hair like Slim Shady style.
Yeah. Whatever works.
Yeah. My DM in Vegas is a huge Bengals fan.
Okay.
So if you don't know anything about the Bengals, he can fill you. Matter of fact, he's asked to come on and join us at some point. So I'm like, maybe I'm in Vegas to join us. You know what I mean?
Anyone that wants to come on, more than welcome.
Yeah. Okay. Week 12 at the Packers.
Okay. Well, hold on. We got some.
Okay. What do we got
here? All right.
Oh, he got fired. That's his name. I'm like, I literally could picture the dude in my mind.
Burrow's gonna bury the Chargers. He's 3-0 against Mahomes. Well, he's 0-2 against us. So we shall see. I do think it's gonna happen this year. But we have a better record against Burrow than the Chiefs.
Okay, what are we at? Week 12?
We are week 12.
Yeah, week 12. We're at the Packers. The Packers did really well last year for a new team. I think Jordan Love's going to do great. I think the team's got some good chemistry. And I was at, excuse me, guys. Little wine burp.
Get it out, girl. Get it out.
I was at the playoff game, the Packers game. That's the game I went to for my birthday this year. And that was a close game. I'll tell you what, that game had me stressed the F out while I was at it. It was raining. It's cold.
That was a gnarly game.
Close.
Yeah.
And I do think that Packers are like a team that we're going to see. Like, I know like after Rodgers left, it was kind of like, but I do believe the Packers are going to keep, they're like going to get their stride back, But I do believe we're going to win this game.
Yeah, you guys own the Packers too.
Yeah, I know.
Remember that
Especially in
Bears
postseason.
game 2 years ago?
Yeah. Like when Rodgers was there, like during the regular season, he owned us. But like something about the playoffs, it's like 49ers playoffs. I swear to God, that's a different team sometimes. I'm like, where the hell were you all season?
Like the Patriots.
You got us to the playoffs, yes, but like all of a sudden, I'm like, now they're doing the things that I'm like, damn, if we would have did that during the season, like
we wouldn't have to be so stressed here.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'm a big Green Bay fan, but
I know.
you guys will win that one too. All right, so week 12. This is my number one game of the season. We play at home, prime time. Head coach's brothers,
The Ravens.
Ravens game. So,
which is so funny because when Harbaugh coached the Niners, he played the Ravens in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and the 49ers lost.
Yes.
So, I think that unfortunately, I mean, you got Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry together. You've got John Harbaugh. I think John's going to remain undefeated here against his brother, and we're going to lose.
I think it's going to be a good game, though, like a good one.
David says, I can't wait to beat the Cowboys again.
Hopefully.
Oh, and I would really hate to be up there if they did win, because those fans, so obnoxious, the Cowboys fans.
Yeah, I got to figure out what home games I'm going to.
Well, we got to do one, so we figure it out.
Yeah, you and I do one, but you know I go up there.
Yeah.
So I'll probably go to a few, but I'm not saying nothing.
All right, week 13.
Week 13, I wanted to go to this game so bad. So bad. And I'm now with my boss 2 days after this, so I cannot fly out to Buffalo to go to a Sunday night game.
Dang it.
So week 13's against the Bills. And I think this is one of the games I'm most excited about. And I don't know if it's necessarily even because of Josh Allen. I do like Josh Allen. I like the Bills. I think I've shared on here before, a very good friend of mine was a Bills fan who has passed away. And so like, I support the Bills kind of as like my AFC team, like right by the Chargers, you know? And so I feel like going to this game is more like, to me, honestly, less about who wins or loses, just more about like camaraderie. Cause I do have friends who live out in Buffalo.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go to this one. So we play the Bills and I think we're going to lose. I think it's too damn cold for the 49ers out in fucking Buffalo in December.
It's a December game?
Yep. December 2nd, I think, or something like that.
Sunday night
game. I know. I really wanted to, but I'm like, dang, if I have to, I got to be in Vegas that Tuesday. I mean, I could probably figure it out.
Fly straight from Buffalo to Vegas.
I know. You're not wrong.
All right. Week 13, we are at the Falcons.
Oh.
Kirk Cousins, QB. Yeah. This was one of the ones as a loss because we needed another loss somewhere. So I'm going to
This is like that one game, the one that you're like, but like this team probably shouldn't beat us, but they're going to beat us.
Yeah, exactly. I think, but I love Kirk Cousins, and I think that Kirk Cousins is very strong. I don't really know who else the Falcons have right now. We'll learn more as the season goes on, but yeah, I'm going to put us as a loss there.
Yeah. So week 14 at home versus the Bears. I think this should be a pretty good game. We got Caleb Williams. Yeah, you want to go?
Keenan.
I have to look at what date because it's December and you know I'm really busy in December.
Oh, me too. I'm going to be gone like the whole month. Shoot. Yeah, Keenan Allen.
So I do have this as a win for us. And the only reason is like I think that Caleb Williams could be good, but like we just talked about with Brock Purdy, first year in the league, first year playing. I don't think it dictates your career, but I do think there's just learning curves. And so for those reasons, I think we win.
I need to know the date of that game. The other one was the 2nd, right? So it's got to be like the 9th.
Something like that.
It's the Sunday before the
weekend.
I could do that.
We need cookie weekend.
We need Keenan Allen weekend.
We need cookies.
Okay. Week 14. This time we are at the Chiefs. I can't go into the season saying that we're going to lose to the Chiefs both games. I never have. I never will. Arrowhead is very difficult. It's a very loud stadium as well. The Chargers, I feel like we crumble a little bit when we're out there, but I think we're going to pull out a W here.
Going to magically pull it off the same way we do.
It's going to be one of those games where the Chiefs think they just have an easy win. Bam.
Okay. Oh, shoot. My little sticker. I like to put little tabby stickers on the pages so I have like where they are. Okay, week 15, we play the Rams at home. And I struggled with this one, but I feel like this is the one that we lose to them.
What's up, Aaron?
Aaron.
We are going to be joining Aaron on his podcast sometime here very, very soon. Super excited about that. We've been on with him before. Awesome guy. So looking forward to being back.
Good collab.
Yeah.
All right. I think we lose to the Rams. I struggled with this one too. I told you I just had to find my losses.
Okay. So you won one, you're losing one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's divisional, right? It's fair. And that's at home?
Yeah.
Okay.
There was a while where we went on the streak where we kept losing at home. And we were better on the road.
I remember that.
It's not the case anymore, but we're pretty good on the road.
Yeah. All right. So week 15, we're at Bucks. I think the Bucks are a pretty good team. I mean, they made it to the playoffs last year. Having Baker Mayfield, again, I need to be at the certain number that I need to be at, so I'm going with a loss.
Okay.
You guys, the last 2-3 years, I'm like, we're going to be 13-4 and 12-5, and I have to be realistic here. And it's funny because when you're doing predictions and you're going through the games, you're talking yourself into believing that they're going to win almost every single game.
100%. That's why this time I picked a record and then went, okay, which games are we losing? And that was actually harder for me, I feel like. Because I'm like, because of that, because I'm like, we can win these all.
Yeah. It's very difficult. So.
Okay. This will be a good game. Week 16 at the Dolphins.
Ooh.
Good
in Miami.
Good team. Mike McDaniels. I like the Dolphins. Obviously they're not my team, but I like the Dolphins, and I do believe that they issue us a loss.
I like the Dolphins myself. All right. Week 16 at Broncos. I think we sweep them this year.
All right. Okay. All right. Looking like a good little season right here. Week 17 versus the Lions.
Ooh.
I think the Lions are going to be a good team again.
I do too.
I mean, we played them in the playoffs and beat them this past year.
Amon-Ra St. Thomas, man. St. Brown. That guy is.
I know. And I think they're still going to be a good team. And what is Dan Campbell? That's the coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I actually love that dude.
Oh, he's a amazing dude. He cusses a little much for me, but no, I
cuss all the time, so he's my people.
I know.
Not just that, it's like the heart and the passion that he has. But I do think we're going to beat the Lions. But I think it's going to be one of those like really, really close games.
You guys beat the Lions last
in the playoffs.
Round of playoffs, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's how we made it to the Super Bowl.
Oh, the Lions. I do like the Lions now after watching quarterback.
Well, he's from Orange County. Hello.
I know.
That instantly pulls us in.
Right? All right. So 17, Dean, week 17, we are at the Patriots.
Damn, you guys are on the road 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks in a row?
Sorry, week 16, we're at home with the Broncos.
Okay. I was like, holy shit. Okay, at the Patriots?
At Patriots. I think the Patriots are in a rebuild.
Win chicken dinner.
I think we're gonna win. There's no Belichick. I'm not too worried about that one.
Okay. We end our
game.
What was that?
I would like to go to that game.
That'd be fun. We end our season in Arizona versus the Cardinals with an easy W. Taking us to a season total of 12-5.
I feel like it's 12-5 every year.
So do I. Which is I think I went 11-6 one year. I think I did go 11-6.
And then you guys actually came up
12-5. Yeah, but I had predicted us 11-6.
Oh, okay. Before I go on to my last one, Dean says Bucks beat the Eagles in the playoffs. Sorry, Nicole, but Pats will beat the Chargers. The game last year, y'all won 6-0 was luck, and y'all it was one of the first wins against Pats since 2008. Pats will upset the Chargers. We shall see, my friend. We shall see. I don't see it, but you never know. You never know. Sure. Week 18, last game of the season.
Is that at home?
At Allegiant.
Let's go.
As much as I want to win,
you start and end the season with the Raiders. Like they bookend your season.
I know. That doesn't usually happen.
Yeah.
So first game, last game, Raiders. As much as I want to win, of course, I always want to beat the Raiders, especially after that loss last year. But divisional team, I'm going to go 1-1. So I say we lose at Allegiant again.
Okay, so you're saying an 11-6 season?
Saying a 10-7.
Oh, 10-7. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Where do you see that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So lose to the Raiders, the Bucks, the Falcons, the Ravens, the Bengals.
Hold on. Lose to the Raiders. Let me go through it. I'm going to start at the top. Lose to the Chiefs, the Browns, the Ravens, the Falcons, the Bucks, and the Raiders.
Bengals.
Oh, I put that one as a W. Okay. My bad. Good thing we corrected me. All right, so 10-7?
Yep.
That's
very low. That's very low for me, what I usually predict, but that's how I think we're going to end.
That's not a bad season if you think about it, Nicole. 10-7, that's still playoffs. Yeah. I don't think the Broncos will make the playoffs. I don't think the Raiders will make the playoffs. It's like you and the Chiefs.
So honestly, if I'm looking divisionally, the Chiefs are number 1.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I am not sure about our team right now after this this preseason game that just happened. If anything happens to Herbert, I don't have a lot of faith. I don't. Easton Stick, I don't know how he is even still on the roster after last year against the Raiders. We've held on to him for far too long. I think the Raiders are getting better. I think their new coach, Antonio Pierce, is great, and there's a lot of respect there from the teammates. Max Crosby is a beast. I still think their quarterback situation, I don't know what's going to happen there, but I don't think that's very strong. Of course, I'm going to say the Chargers are second in the division, but the Raiders are right there, and then the Broncos. So
I can see that.
Could make the playoffs. We'll see.
It's hard with the preseason, Nicole, because some teams play starters. Some teams don't play starters. Like
the Seahawks didn't really, and we threw interception. It was sloth, but it's preseason.
Good. It's like, get the jitters out. Start looking through it. You know what I mean? We lost our first preseason game also.
Yeah. Good. Who'd you play again? The Vikings?
I don't even remember, Nicole, because I was getting my hair done. And I was trying to watch it, but I was getting my hair done.
Dean says Justin always plays bad against the Patriots. Mm, I don't know if I agree with that. I think really Rivers used to play really poorly against the Patriots. You guys owned us for sure back then, but we'll see.
When Tom Brady was playing?
Yeah. Yeah.
The Patriots are a whole different team after Tom Brady, dudes. It's really hard to. It's not apples to apples, man. It's apples to oranges.
Totally. It's going to be a fun game. So you said your favorite game of the season is going to be the Bills.
I think so.
Okay.
For like sentimental reasons. I'm excited about the Chiefs game just because of the Super Bowl, you know? And actually, we could look at maybe if we go to that game now that I think about it. I would really like to stop watching them play the Cowboys live all the time. Like, I'm cool if not dealing with Cowboys fans for a while.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, not that they're all bad. I got a handful of friends that are Cowboys fans who are phenomenal.
We had a good time for sure. Every time we've been out there with the Cowboys, it's been fun. But
was it dude? Wasn't it a Cowboys fan who just knocked somebody out at SoFi on Sunday when they played the Rams?
Probably. Whenever the Cowboys come to SoFi, if it's against the Chargers or the Rams, there's always huge brawls.
I bet that girl at the concert was a Cowboys fan.
Ashley and I almost got into a altercation with some female at the Blink-182 concert at SoFi. She probably was a Cowboys fan.
Wasn't our fault though. That's not our fault.
She's talking about
something at my daughter.
She threw something at her daughter. So
anyway. I know. Anyways, we have gone over an hour now. So Nicole, I think we should probably wrap it up with the question we have for everybody, and then where to follow us and how to subscribe to us. Yeah? I mean, it's only 7:07.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys staying on for this long. We haven't gone this long in a long time.
No, it's been a while.
Yeah.
We're excited. We have a lot to talk about. And always when there's interaction, when you guys are participating and hanging out with us, it's always that much more fun too. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
All right. So Dean says Pats beat LA 45. I know I remember that game. Dean, I love you too. Thank you. But he is right. So we shared with you guys the games that we're most excited for with our teams for the season. So we would love to hear what you're most excited for, which game. It could be your team or not, but we'll post something on Instagram. And if you guys can comment and let us know, we'd be excited to talk about it next week. So like Ashley mentioned, we are going to try our very best to be consistent and join live every Tuesday at 6 p.m.
Pacific Standard Time.
Pacific Standard Time.
Yes. And make sure you follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok. Those are the places where we're trying to get more active on TikTok, but that's where we're the most active. Make sure you subscribe, hit the little bell thingy, because I'm pretty sure Nicole makes reminders, but I don't know how this works because she manages YouTube and Instagram and I manage TikTok, and we figure it out. Yeah. Make sure you follow us, guys, because our goal is to continue to go live. We love interacting with you guys, and thanks for spending your Tuesday night with us.
Absolutely.
Thank
you guys.
Nick.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. See you next week.